Welcome to Iran, a timeless land where history and legend intertwine. From arid deserts to snow-capped mountains, bustling bazaars to radiant temples, this is a treasure trove waiting to be explored. The journey begins the moment you step onto this legendary soil. In the heart of Iran lies Persepolis, the magnificent ruins of the mighty Persian Empire. Over 2,500 years ago, this was the center of ancient power. Though centuries have passed, its stone walls still whisper tales of glory, artistry, and enduring pride. Amid the burning sands of the desert, Yazd stands as a symbol of wisdom and resilience. Ancient wind catchers, badgers, harness the breeze to cool each home. With its earthy tones and timeless charm, Yazd is a living canvas in the heart of the desert. Once known as half the world, Isfahan is where art, culture, and Islamic brilliance converge. Beneath the azure sky, mosques, palaces, and squares compose a vivid portrait of ancient Iranian splendor. The 33-arched Persepolis Bridge stretches gracefully across the Zayandeh River, a symbol of timeless elegance. By night, its lights shimmer on the water, painting a magical scene where past and present quietly meet. The Gate of All Nations, the grand entrance to Persepolis, where envoys from across the ancient world once passed. Built under the reign of King Xerxes, this towering gateway symbolized welcome and authority, with every step echoing the weight of history. Two winged bulls with human heads stand proudly at the gate, like eternal sentinels. These figures showcase exquisite craftsmanship and serve as sacred symbols, blending strength, wisdom, and divinity in ancient Persian belief. Apadana, the grand audience hall of Persian kings, was a stage for imperial majesty. Once supported by 72 towering columns, each intricately adorned, it stood as a silent declaration of Persia's supreme stature among ancient nations. The Eastern Stairway is among Persepolis's most iconic features, adorned with hundreds of reliefs depicting emissaries from distant lands. Each step is a living stone reel, portraying an elaborate diplomatic theater of the empire. The tribute reliefs show delegations offering camels, horses, gold, and treasures to the king. More than stone artistry, it's a message of imperial dominance. All nations came to bow before the Persian throne. Persepolis is more than a monumental site. It is a masterpiece of ancient urban planning. Every palace, shrine, and stairway follows geometric alignment, reflecting order, hierarchy, and the visionary genius of Persian architects. From the very first glance, the Shah Mosque stuns with its towering gateway glazed in radiant turquoise tiles. It's not merely an entrance to a mosque, but a doorway into another world, one of light, geometry, and quiet contemplation. Every inch of the Shah Mosque is cloaked in intricate tilework. As morning light pours through the domes and reflects off glazed tiles, the Shah Mosque becomes a dreamlike realm. Symmetrical floral patterns, Arabic calligraphy, and soothing blue tones create a living canvas where every detail holds sacred meaning. Light doesn't just illuminate, it guides reflection and inner peace. Beneath the grand dome, even a whisper echoes with clarity. This perfect harmony of architecture and acoustics makes every prayer feel as though it ascends directly to the heavens. Built in the 17th century under the Safavid dynasty, the Shah Mosque embodies a golden age. Architects, artisans, and philosophers united to create a structure that is both sacred and symbolically national. The main dome is a marvel of engineering and elegance. With its double-layered design and spiral patterns, it draws the eyes upward, lifting the soul away from the earthly toward pure beauty. A little-known marvel, the mosque is rotated to precisely face Mecca. This clever shift aligns its prayer direction while maintaining symmetry with the square, a testament to Persian architectural brilliance. More than 400 years have passed, yet the Shah Mosque remains the pinnacle of Islamic art in Iran. Every visitor, believer or traveler, is awestruck by its timeless beauty, like a meditative hymn in tile and light. Isfahan, the heart of ancient Iran, where art, architecture, and culture unite. The Persians once said, "Isfahan is half the world, not for its size, but for its breathtaking beauty." Every step here is a walk through history. Naqsh-e-Jahan, the world's second-largest square, is the heart of Isfahan. Built in the 17th century, it served as the nexus of royal, religious, and commercial life. A serene open space in the midst of city life. The Shah Mosque stands as a pinnacle of Persian Islamic architecture. With its massive turquoise dome and millions of intricate tiles, it merges the sacred with the artistic, a poem written in stone and light. Sheikh Lotfollah Mosque, built for the royal court, is modest in size yet rich in spirit. Without minarets, its golden dome and mystical light make it feel like a meditative sanctuary on earth. Wandering through Kisari Bazaar is entering a world of scents, colors, and sounds. From hand-woven Persian carpets and turquoise ceramics to spices and silks, this place is the vibrant soul of Isfahan for centuries. Kaju Bridge is more than a crossing. It's a gathering place where locals sing, play music, and watch the sunset. It's both an engineering marvel and a living stage of everyday Persian culture. The Zayandeh River is the green lifeline of Isfahan. Amid modern life, it still preserves its ancient grace, reminding us that true civilization is built not just of stone, but of soul. Shiraz, the city of poetry, ancient wine, rose gardens, and Sufi philosophy. Located in southern Iran, it was once the cultural capital of the nation. Every street and dome here whispers ancient stories of a romantic and profound civilization. Gardens like Iram and Delgosha embody the harmony between humanity and nature. Flowing water, the scent of orange blossoms, and shade from ancient trees create the perfect setting for poetry and reflection. Hafez, Iran's most beloved poet, is the soul of Shiraz. His mausoleum is not only a resting place, but a sanctuary for lovers of verse. Each night, his poetry is read under the moonlight, as if his voice still lingers in the air. Vakil Bazaar, a centuries-old market dating back to the 11th century, is the bustling heart of Shiraz. Here, you'll find the scent of spices, Persian carpets, fine silk, artisan crafts, and untold stories waiting to be discovered. The Nasir al-Mulk Mosque, known as the Pink Mosque, is Shiraz's radiant architectural jewel. When sunlight filters through stained glass, the space becomes a rainbow dance where spirit and artistry unite. Karim Khan's citadel once served as the stronghold of the Zand dynasty. With its fortified walls and elegant architecture, it stands as a reminder that Shiraz was not just a cultural hub, but the capital of an entire empire. Shiraz is a cradle of Sufi thought, the mystical branch of Islam. Here, poetry, music, and philosophy converge in the search for a divine connection, not through dogma, but through heart and soul. Whether in the calm of morning or the poetry of moonlit nights, Shiraz radiates a gentle and timeless charm. It's more than a destination. It's a place to slow down, to feel, and to let the soul be healed by poetry, light, and memory. Yazd, Iran's desert jewel, is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. It's a land of sun, adobe clay, and maze-like alleys. Yazd isn't just a place, it's a living memory. Towering badgirs, wind catchers, are Yazd's ingenious symbols. In the desert heat, ancient Persians mastered air conditioning centuries before electricity, channeling wind into homes through elegant towers. In Yazd, the sacred fire of the Zoroastrian faith has burned for over 1,500 years. It honors fire as a symbol of light, truth, and purity, a flickering soul of ancient Persian civilization. Yazd's Jame Mosque, with Iran's tallest minarets, is a masterpiece of Islamic architecture. Adorned in blue tiles and crowned with soaring domes, it unites faith with fine craftsmanship. Yazd's old town is a sun-baked maze of mud brick buildings. Narrow alleys and golden shadows tell of desert survival and timeless living. Here, time slows and tradition remains. Outside the city lie the towers of silence, where Zoroastrians returned the dead to nature. No burial, no fire, just surrender to the elements, honoring the cycle of life and rebirth. At night, Yazd turns magical. Golden domes glisten beneath starlit skies, and wind whispers through the towers, painting a tranquil, meditative scene deep in the desert. Yazd is not just a city of wind, mud, and sand. It stands as a living symbol of human adaptation, creativity, and resilience, a lasting heritage of the Persian soul. Tehran, the vibrant capital of Iran, where over 15 million people live at the crossroads of past and future. It's the beating heart of the nation, dynamic, creative, and full of beautiful contradictions, a city that never sleeps. Built in 1971 to honor 2,500 years of Persian civilization, the Azadi Tower is Tehran's eternal symbol. Blending Islamic and modern architecture, it stands like a gateway into the soul of Iran. From every corner of Tehran, the snowy Alborz Mountains and the towering Milad Tower dominate the skyline. As the sixth tallest tower in the world, Milad reflects a Tehran that's rising, bold and ambitious. Tucked inside a lush park, Tehran's Museum of Contemporary Art houses works by Picasso, Warhol. A refined surprise blending tradition with global vision. Iran's Grand Bazaar is more than a market. It's a universe of history, aroma, and color. Its alleys, merchants, and bargaining calls weave a timeless story of an ancient Tehran still alive. Amid the modern sprawl, Tehran's cafe culture is blossoming. Young Iranians sip espresso and read Hafez, discussing film, philosophy, or startups, a youthful, creative, and globally curious Tehran. Tehran is not just Muslim, it's home to churches, synagogues, and Zoroastrian temples. Though often quiet, the spirit of multiculturalism endures softly but surely in its historic neighborhoods. Tehran is a city of paradoxes, ancient yet modern, traditional yet daring, chaotic yet poetic. It's where minarets and television towers share the same skyline, where Iran speaks to itself in every direction. Around 50 million years ago, the area we now call the Caspian Sea was part of a vast ancient ocean known as Paratethys. This ocean stretched across Eurasia and held a rich marine ecosystem. At that time, the Caspian was still connected to a wide aquatic world, where marine life thrived in abundant and undisturbed conditions. Over millions of years, tectonic plates began to shift. These massive movements formed mountain ranges like the Caucasus, cutting the Caspian off from the ocean. This separation gradually turned it into an inland lake, isolated from the open sea, marking a major turning point in the region's geological journey. Without an outlet to the ocean, the Caspian's waters began to change. With no way to drain, salt and minerals accumulated. Over time, the Caspian transformed into the largest saltwater lake on Earth. It holds both marine and lake characteristics, with uneven salinity from north to south, creating a unique ecological environment. The water level of the Caspian Sea has never been stable. It has risen and fallen over thousands of years. Climate changes, melting glaciers, and inflows from rivers like the Volga and Ural have all contributed. These shifts not only reshape the landscape, but also affect the lives of both wildlife and human communities along its shores. Despite being cut off from the ocean, the Caspian has preserved a rich ecosystem. Many species evolved uniquely to adapt, most notably the ancient sturgeon, prized for its valuable caviar. The Caspian is also home to the Caspian seal, the only seal species in the world that lives in a lake. Beneath the Caspian lies a vast reserve of oil and gas, turning it into a strategic energy hub. The 5 surrounding countries, Russia, Iran, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan, all seek to tap into these resources. Ongoing disputes and agreements aim to define territorial borders and ownership rights. Overexploitation, industrial waste, and climate change have severely impacted the Caspian's environment. Water levels are dropping fast, many species face extinction, and coastal ecosystems are being damaged. The future of the Caspian is now endangered by human actions. The future of the Caspian Sea depends on unity and collective action. Preserving the environment, protecting species, and ensuring sustainable development are the keys. If humanity chooses wisely and acts in time, the Caspian can remain a living symbol at the heart of the continent. Millions of years ago, the Persian Gulf was part of the ancient Tethys Ocean. Deep within this vast sea, tectonic plates collided and pushed new landmasses upward. Qeshm, then just a seabed, began its journey toward the surface. Under powerful geological forces, layers of sediment and limestone rose above the sea. Over millennia, this slow yet steady uplift transformed Qeshm into an exposed landmass, one of the first islands kissed by sunlight in the heart of the sea. Winds, rain, and relentless erosion carved Qeshm's surface like a patient sculptor. Stone valleys like the Valley of Stars, salt caves, and narrow canyons emerged, shaping a surreal landscape that feels not of this earth. Despite the arid heat, life found a way. Mangrove trees rooted along the coast, forming the Hara forests, shelters for migrating birds and marine creatures. Qeshm became a rare ecological haven in the heart of a dry gulf. Since ancient times, humans have come to Qeshm, not just for its rich fisheries, but for its strategic location near the Strait of Hormuz. Arab, Persian, and even Portuguese civilizations left their mark, making the island a unique maritime crossroads. Qeshm holds geological secrets millions of years old. Inside Namakdan Cave, salt crystals silently grow, reflecting light like distant stars. Every crack and every rock layer tells a chapter of history written by time and wind. Today, the people of Qeshm live in harmony with the sea. They preserve their traditions, from women's sun-shielding face masks to wooden dhows sailing the waves. Though modern life slowly creeps in, Qeshm holds tightly to its unique spirit. Qeshm is more than an island. It's a living testament to the bond between land, sea, and time. Every breeze through the stone valleys, every wave that meets its shore is nature whispering a story of a place both ancient and eternal. Millions of years ago, the land we now call Dasht-e Lut lay between ancient rivers and sedimentary plateaus. Tectonic shifts caused this region to sink, forming a vast basin, the beginning of one of Earth's most extreme landscapes. Gradually, arid climates swept across the region. Rain became too scarce to sustain life. Water vanished without a trace. Dasht-e Lut became a land where the skies offered no mercy, and the ground scorched each grain of sand with unrelenting heat. It wasn't mankind, but the wind that sculpted this desert. For millennia, relentless winds carved out massive formations, towering yardangs that stretch like an ancient stone city across the blazing desert floor. At the heart of Dasht-e Lut lie immense sand seas, home to the tallest dunes on Earth, some towering over 470 meters. Time seems to pause here, as human footprints vanish in seconds, erased by the ever-shifting winds. NASA once recorded surface temperatures in Dasht-e Lut as high as 70.7 degrees, among the highest ever measured on Earth. In the desert's core, no life survives long, where even rocks can crack under the sun and sand burns like fire. During rare rainy seasons, ephemeral rivers like the Shiraz River flow across the desert. But their waters are salty, acidic, and undrinkable. These fleeting streams pass like memories, leaving behind white salt trails and deep scars in the sand. No engines, no voices, only wind and heat. Yet in that silence, Dasht-e Lut comes alive, as if a prehistoric being breathing fire, telling its story through stone cliffs and silent valleys. Dasht-e Lut isn't just the harshest place, it's a majestic chapter in Earth's story. A place where time, geology, and wind joined forces to craft a natural masterpiece, etched into the memory of our planet like a burning poem of the desert. Between the lush Hyrcanian forests and the vast Caspian Sea, Gilan and Mazandaran shine as Iran's emerald jewels. This is not just a land of beauty, but a gateway to an ancient sea that has endured for millions of years. 55 million years ago, the Caspian was part of the Paratethys Ocean. Over millennia, tectonic forces severed its link to the world's seas. That eternal current still echoes in the waves crashing on Rasht and Naushar's shores. The Caspian Sea has no outlet to the ocean. Its waters escape only through evaporation, making it the largest saline lake in the world. Along Mazandaran's coast, locals live in harmony with the unique rhythm of this majestic lake. Gilan's Hyrcanian forests, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, have stood since prehistoric times. As the Caspian Sea took shape, these ancient trees bore witness to every rise and fall of the waters through the ages. In Gilan and Mazandaran, life is tied to the sea. Every morning, small fishing boats venture out, returning with nets full of mullet and prize sturgeon. Fishing here is memory, soul, and the unspoken story of the Caspian. The Caspian Sea is shrinking due to climate change and human activity. Coastal wetlands are vanishing, threatening the lives of millions, including the farmers and fishermen of Gilan and Mazandaran. For locals, the Caspian is a living spirit. Legends speak of sea gods dwelling here, blessing the fertile lands with rain and bounty, a belief still alive in northern Iran's vibrant folk festivals. From the Hyrcanian forests to Mazandaran's coast, from ancient legends to modern challenges, the Caspian is more than a sea. It's a living epic of nature and humanity. It's our shared responsibility to protect it for the future. In the heart of bustling Imam Square, the Sheikh Lotfollah Mosque rises quietly and gracefully. No towering minaret, no spacious courtyard, just an exquisitely carved gateway inviting you into another world. As you pass through, it feels like stepping out of time and into the ancient beauty of Persia. The mosque's dome is a living masterpiece. In the morning, it shines turquoise like the sea. By evening, it shifts to soft purples and pinks like wildflowers. Ancient architects calculated every mosaic tile to let the dome breathe with the natural light. A visual dance that unfolds from dawn till dusk. Rather than walking straight into the main chamber, you pass through a curved corridor. This isn't just a design choice, it controls both light and perspective. With each step, the lighting changes and a quiet emotion rises, as if you're being led gently into a sacred realm. Look up and you'll see a miniature universe. Geometric patterns on the ceiling form stars, and shafts of light slip through tiny openings, twinkling above you. It feels like the night sky of ancient Persia, reborn right above your head. Each tile in Sheikh Lotfollah is a memory, thousands of pieces laid with perfect precision. Arabesque patterns in blue, gold, and white create a visual symphony that makes time dissolve. These aren't just walls, they're porcelain pages from a poetic history. Step inside and you'll be surprised by the silence. Though others are near, sound seems to vanish. Footsteps echo gently, and your breath becomes more noticeable. This space invites you to listen, not to noise, but to your own presence in a world of peace and history. Sheikh Lotfollah wasn't a public mosque. It was built solely for the Safavid royal family to pray in private. Hidden from the crowds, it remains a secret jewel, small, beautiful, and full of silent authority. Leaving Sheikh Lotfollah, you carry a strange feeling, as if light itself spoke to you. This place doesn't speak with words, but with shadows, patterns, and silence. It's a destination that touches not your ears, but your heart, with absolute beauty. Before Hormuz Island came into being, this sea was nothing but an endless space of wind and waves. No people, no land, just the vast ocean stretching to the horizon. The surface was calm, but deep beneath, something was stirring, something that would soon transform the landscape forever. Beneath the Earth's crust, molten magma began to move. The clash of tectonic plates built immense pressure. The fire of the Earth surged upward, breaking through the ocean floor. And for the first time, a tiny fragment of land began to rise from the depths of the sea. After thousands of years of eruptions, a small landform emerged, rising like a dot on a blank canvas. This was the first sign of Hormuz Island. Sand and stone accumulated, ocean winds shaped its surface, and layers of rock slowly carved out the island's mysterious form. Hormuz is not just land, it is color. Minerals blending with seawater created a wondrous palette: crimson soil, golden stones, and salt as white as snow. Every inch of this island is nature's canvas, painted by the hands of time and the fire within the earth. What makes Hormuz truly unique is its vibrant red soil, called rang, rich in iron oxide. From afar, the island looks as if it's been dyed in blood. At sunset, the entire landscape glows in brilliant hues of red and orange, like a ruby resting in the middle of the sea. And then came people, ancient fishermen, explorers, drawn by the colors and the calm. They built shelters, settled the land, and lived in harmony with nature. Hormuz became a sanctuary, a bridge between land and sea, between east and west. With its strategic position on the strait and its otherworldly beauty, Hormuz quickly became a vital trade hub. But it also became a battlefield, fought over by ancient Persia, Portugal, Arab merchants. Its crumbling forts still whisper tales of power, conquest, and resistance. Today, Hormuz is a masterpiece crafted by nature and time. Travelers come from all over to witness the red earth, the salt-white beaches, the hand-painted mineral cliffs. It's a place that feels both real and dreamlike, where nature not only sculpts, but tells stories of legend. Standing tall in northern Iran, Damavand is not just a mountain, it's a symbol. According to legend, it's where the evil demon Zahak was imprisoned, a tale of courage triumphing over darkness. It's the tallest peak in the Middle East, but even taller in the hearts of Iranians. Damavand is a sleeping volcano. But don't be fooled by its calm surface. Beneath it lies the Earth's raw power. Molten lava once flowed here, creating fertile lands that now sustain life all around the mountain. Each season on Damavand paints a different picture. But in winter, it becomes a fierce challenge. Blanketed in snow, whipped by icy winds, and conquered only by the most determined climbers. Damavand is more than just a mountain. It's a thriving ecosystem. Damavand is Iran's pride, immortalized in poetry, music, and spirit. From its peak, one doesn't just see the land and sky, but the history, identity, and soul of an entire nation. Among the red brick walls and sun-baked roofs of Abyaneh, time seems to pause. Narrow alleys and elders in traditional dress silently echo a 1,000-year-old story etched in every corner. Once the stronghold of mythical warriors, Alamut now holds only mountains and drifting mist. Yet in that silence, the loudest pages of history still whisper through the air. Every mosaic tile, every beam of light through the dome, carries a piece of Iran's soul. Here, beauty lies not in perfection, but in purity, simplicity, and timeless grace. Amid the vast sands and towering formations of Lut, we feel small. But in that stillness, we learn to listen, and perhaps to find ourselves again. Wonders of Iran doesn't end in one place. It lingers in the heart. As the lights dim over Imam Square, the journey may end, but the memories remain, vivid, eternal.